Yo, what's the word? What's the word, man? How y'all feel, man? Everybody good? Everything cool with y'all? Yeah, man, it's the second episode, Plausible Deniability. Definitely appreciate y'all, you feel me, taking the time to rock with me. First off, you feel me, I gotta say much love to everybody who been hitting me up, sending me messages, just showing me all the support y'all been showing me for that last episode, for the page in general. It definitely it mean a lot to me. Put a lot of time behind trying to, get this thing together here. Um, yeah, man. So I just wanna, look at a couple things on the internet. You know what I mean? It ain't no real direction. We still working the kinks out. You feel me? So I appreciate y'all bearing with me. You know, definitely I gotta say if you like the content, you feel me? If you enjoy the content, you feel me? The things that I'm bringing to you. You know what I mean? Uh, just share the show, man. Share it to anybody who might be like-minded, who think outside the box, that type of thing. Um, but yeah, we finna jump right in. So I'm wondering how many people listening to this is kind of big in the movies. I really like back in the day. I was really big on checking out the newest movies. All kind of different genres. I definitely for a long time I was definitely a fan of horror movies though. Thrillers, that type of thing. It was this one movie, excuse me, from I want to say maybe like 2011, 2012. You feel me? That kind of stuck out to me, and I don't know. It was just different. It wasn't like a lot of movies over the years. You kind of get used to the whole outline of how horror movies typically run, that type of thing. So it's like they be having little jump scares and all of that, and it be predictable. So I kind of movies like that I was never really a fan of, like that whole paranormal activity, that whole thing, you feel me? Stuff like that never really did it for me. But yeah, I want to know how many of y'all saw this one movie, like I said, like 2011, that time frame, called Cabin in the Woods. I know it was kind of, I don't know, looking back, it seemed like it might have been kind of low key, but back when it first came out, um, I had a copy of it myself, you feel me? I watched this movie a gang of times back like between maybe like 2011, 2014, that whole time period, you feel me? And even me, like I never really typically watched a lot of movies back to back, like once I saw a movie for the first time, especially if it was something that I, enjoyed, that was kind of like had an unexpected plot or that type of thing or unexpected ending. Um, it'll be it'll be a decent amount of time in between, me watching a movie that I know how it's gonna end back to back, that type of thing. I don't know. I feel like most people wasn't typically like that. If it's a movie that you come across that you like, it's like your go-to thing. You watch it a couple times a year, that type of thing. I was never really like that, but I definitely watched this movie more than once, Cabin in the Woods. So I don't know, just some kind of weird. Let's see. Yeah, man. So this flick right here, Cabin in the Woods. I was like I said, I was real big into the horror movies back then. I watched a little bit of everything, but this one definitely kind of stuck out to me. What it say right here? You feel me? Five friends go for a break at a remote cabin where they get more than they bargained for, discovering the truth behind the cabin in the woods. Okay, cool. That's a nice little um synopsis. You feel me? It don't really tell you too much. You really don't have reading something like this. You don't have no idea. What type of movie you about to check out. So I'm not too mad at that. I don't know though. Um, so I remember watching this movie. Let's see, it says 5 teenagers head off for a weekend at a secluded cabin in the woods. They arrive to find they are quite isolated with no means of communicating with the outside world. When the cellar door flings itself open, they of course go down to investigate. Of course, Scooby-Doo, right? So it says they find the odd assortment of relics and curios. But when one of the women, Dana, reads from a book, she awakens a family of deadly zombie killers. However, there's far more going on than meets the eye. So maybe I'm bugging. And it's very possible. Maybe I'm bugging. I don't remember this part of the movie like at all, fam. The movie that I watched multiple times, which again, I typically didn't watch movies multiple times in a short time frame. Um, I don't really remember too much of this. This right here. I remember 5 teenagers, you feel me? I remember them going to a secluded cabin in the woods. My memory of this movie, fam, it's like it's 5 college students. 4 of them is like your typical Scooby-Doo characters. And the 5th one, I remember, I think his name was Marty. The movie I remember, bro. The whole movie, the other 4 characters that's doing stuff like a cellar door in a secluded cabin that they in, it flings open by itself, and on some Scooby Doo stuff, you feel me? The 4 cool kids, you know, however you want to play it, they doing the kind of typical horror stuff, and yeah, they want to go investigate where the scary stuff is coming from, that type of thing. But it was one character in particular, you feel me? The cat Marty. He was like a pothead, you know what I mean, for the whole movie, you know. So like, again, what I remember, your boy Marty, the whole movie, you know, he's saying stuff that you know, I know this came out in 2011, but people in 2024, you know, the whole movie, old boy Marty, he's saying stuff people will call him some type of theorist for saying. You feel me? So like, you know, I don't know, and it was some truth even in the plot of this fictional movie, you know, about certain things that they had dudes saying throughout the whole movie. And then kind of the super weird part, you feel me, that was totally unexpected to me. I remember your boy Marty, and I'm gonna give you a big spoiler alert here, you feel me, because you know, I don't know, I'm bringing this to y'all hoping somebody can maybe point me in the right direction of what I missed, what's going on different in today's world that you know, maybe I'm misremembering. But so, you know, spoiler alert, the end of the movie, it's only one person that survived the movie, and it was kind of a twist to it where you know, I guess most horror movies, it's like all but the main characters that end up getting taken out, you know. But Marty was like kind of getting joked on for the whole movie. So it was a nice twist to me back in the day, you know, the multiple times I watched this to see you know, the movie. I remember Marty was the one that survived, you feel me? And how he did, it was like it was a real unexpected way, and it was kind of like a lot of plot twist, excuse me, that you didn't really see at all to the end of the movie. Like I remember the whole ending, maybe like 20-30 minutes of this movie being like kind of like mind blowing for, in the sense of most horror movies, where it's like, you know, I didn't really predict how any of it was gonna go. And then even the way that old boy survived at the end of the movie is related to him being the pothead throughout the whole movie and him getting joked on, you know. Um, so and it's some other, you know, deeper themes kind of tying in. You feel me? I ain't gonna go into too much detail because it's definitely not what this whole episode is about. But yeah, even as I'm looking at the little IMDb thing here, you feel me? And I know this is kind of like, if you checked out that last episode and me kind of getting into plausible deniability, you know, this is a big company right here, you feel me? This is a big company. So what they say goes, you feel me? If they say it, then it's the truth, right? Like don't worry about who owns this company, or who's paid by this company, or who influences this. Don't look into none of that. If they saying it here, that's what happened, and if they not saying it here, it didn't happen. So that we on the same page. Even I'm looking at this right here, you feel me? For my horror movie fans out there, you feel me? Me personally, and again, I can say honestly, I watched this movie a gang of times back in the day. I don't remember a whole lot of this. Lovecraftian horror. That's like with the monsters and aliens, and if you into the SCP Foundation stuff, you know what I mean, and the whole internet back rooms, that type of stuff. It's just funny to me as I'm looking at the little, you feel me, hashtags or whatever that they got right here, you feel me? Even this topless woman girl gets, you know, whatever. That's all of that's kind of like funny to me, for that's what the horror movie is supposedly about, according to these folks. You know? Um, yeah, man. I want to show y'all something, and I just want to get y'all opinion on this, you feel me? And it's also kind of funny to me, you know, I was trying to look up the specific release date to this movie, you feel me? Some things they say this year, other things they have a different year listed, you feel me? So, but all in all, you could tell um they made some bread on this movie here. They definitely made some bread, you feel me? So yeah, I maybe like 6 months ago, I'm with a very close homegirl of mine, and you know, we just chilling, you feel me? We was actually, you know, just killing a little time. She like, man, put a movie on. So I'm like, all right, bet, you feel me? And definitely over the last few years, you feel me, since the world done got kind of turned into what it is now. Definitely over the last maybe 4 or 5 years, you know, I done fallen back a lot on movies. You feel me? It's a lot of things that I've come to notice. You feel me? A lot of similarities between all type of different movies, where it's like, you know, that's kind of just not my thing as much anymore. Movies, definitely TV. Like, I can't tell you the last TV show I sat down and watched, period. So I don't know, you know. We scrolling through, I want to say it was on that on HBO Max, you feel me? We scrolling through looking for a movie. She tell me put something on, put a horror movie on. So I'm like, all right, bet, you feel me? So I come across this Cabin in the Woods. I'm like, yeah, you seen this before? She said, nah. So I'm like, all right, bet, you feel me? This like the perfect. This was a hit back in the day, you know, and me and Shorty was the same age and everything. So I'm really trying to put her on, you know, like this was one of my favorite horror movies, really. Period. You know, this was definitely like top 10 material to me, the version I remember. We put the movie on. Before the movie actually start, opening credits of this movie, um, it's a gang of innuendo, and I really can't think of a better word to use. You feel me? It's a lot of propaganda at the very in the credits, you feel me, before the movie start. Where I'm like, I don't know, I'm kind of just looking at the screen like maybe I clicked on the wrong thing. You know what I mean? I made mistakes before, you feel me? So I'm second guessing myself as the movie coming on. Like, you know, this can't be what I remember watching back in the day, because like, for how the opening credits of this movie on the streaming services is today, don't really have nothing at all to do with the movie I remember watching, you know. Definitely had a whole lot to do with this, you know. Yeah, I don't know, it kind of threw me off a little bit. So, you know, it jumped from the credits into it's a scene with these guys, with these cats, you feel me? And again, I'm hoping, you feel me, I'm hoping somebody could kind of put me on, show me some information maybe that I can't find myself, because again, what I remember of this movie, you definitely don't see any of these people till maybe like at least the middle of the movie, and you see a little bit more about these people dressed like this in a horror movie. You see them kind of at the end, and it ties into like all the plot twists that I was saying kind of happen at the end of the movie. But again, I'm it's like, you know, 6 months ago, this 2023, you feel me? I'm checking this out with my homegirl, you feel me? The movie open up with your man's right here with the glasses. So I'm like, all right, that's weird, you know, I don't really remember that, you know, but again, maybe I'm bugging. All right, cool. So movie keep playing. You know, you seeing scenes like that one that just went by, like a laboratory setting or that type of thing, you know, and it's like, man, bro, what's going on? That don't really have nothing to do with five friends go for a break at a remote cabin, you know. And again, the movie I remember is mostly takes place in and around the cabin. It's not a whole lot of cutscenes to your boy right here. Also, this guy right here, you feel me? It's like this guy is doing business with these people. I don't really remember too much of that, me personally. All right, so fast forward, I checked this whole movie out with my homegirl, and like halfway through the movie, like she look at me and say, "Bro, what you got me watching?" I'm telling her like, "Fam, I don't remember this. I don't remember this movie. This is almost a completely different movie. These are the same people, but this is a completely different movie than what I remember." And I gotta say, this is the first time probably in my life that I've had something like that happen to me. Cause again, I was kind of a big movie buff back in the day, back in 2011 when this joint came out. You feel me? So man, I gotta keep it real with y'all, man. That I don't even think we did finish the movie. Maybe not all in one sitting, you feel me? But coming back to the movie and like watching, getting up to the ending of this movie that's currently on streaming services, it threw me off, fam, because the ending of this movie is not what I remember. Like, simple as that. In fact, it's so different. It's been bothering me for the last 6 months. It's bothered me a lot, to the point where, like I said, in my last episode, you feel me? I like to do internet research, you feel me? I like to take things from the horse's mouth, you know? I could definitely admit, I've been wrong before about plenty things, So I'm second guessing myself, and okay, was wrong in this video. It wasn't HBO Max. I guess it was on Stars where it was stream. Oh well, no, that's just Stars of the movie. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is on streaming services, and I'm like, bruh, what happened to the movie? I remember, fam. So about a month ago, I started doing a little bit of research. You feel me? Maybe even longer than that. You feel me? Because this definitely just been in the back of my mind, like at random times. I do a Google search a couple times, and I'm looking for information. Okay, it's got to be like a cabin. So this is the type of stuff that I was typing in. Okay, here we go with this. We playing games again. Alternate endings for Cabin in the Woods, that type of thing. Nothing come up. Yeah, we back. I had to do my little edits, you feel me? So yeah, Googling, hey, what's to the ending of that movie? Cause that was like the biggest, it's really the whole movie. Like it's a scene in the like very middle of this movie that's currently out there where it's just something completely ridiculous that happened, where it's like, bruh, if I had seen that back around this time, I wouldn't have kept watching the movie. You feel me? So I don't know. These are the type of things, I do my little research or whatever. I type something in, and it'd be funny to me sometimes what be popping up, Uh, this another major website that pop up, and some people find it trustworthy, other people don't, I'm not even here to debate that, fam. I'm just asking questions. I'm looking at what the internet got to tell me. So apparently it's other people. People also ask, how many versions of Cabin in the Woods are there? So it's been asked so many times that our people over at IMDb, you feel me, they felt the need, they had to answer this. They say, hey fam, it looks like we don't have any alternate versions for this title yet. Okay, cool, you feel me? I'm not tripping on that. It's kind of sending me in a whole different directions where it's telling me, you feel me, why didn't they make a part 2? Why is there no sequel? That I didn't ask anything about that. But okay, cool. So funny enough, I come across this right here, right? This right here from this website. Let's see what they talking about. Mind you, I've been trying to figure this out for months. I'm gonna just read through a couple things on here, you feel me? It's from 2 years ago. Bam said, I just Googled, are there 2 versions of Cabin in the Woods and found this post. Me too. I agree. None of the lab nonsense was in the first version, making the twist more scary. Now, I don't know about this part right here. None of the nonsense that's in this current movie, I don't remember it in the first version. Super odd to me, fam. This person here said, there's a version that is 1 hour and 54 minutes long compared to the 95-minute theatrical version. We gonna scroll past and then you got like a bunch of people on here kind of taking the title, the original poster, out of context of what they're asking about. You got people on here talking about, how interesting this current version is and all of this other stuff. I'm not really too worried about that. The Lovecraftian stuff that's in here. I'm more interested in, I don't really remember that being really in the original version that I saw multiple times. I don't remember stuff like this being in there at all, really. You feel me? I definitely don't remember this right here, which kind of ties into the ending of the current one that's out there. It's something about this that I remember. And again, I'm gonna say that that kind of don't even get revealed until like the final few minutes of the movie. So it's weird to me. It's another person. They say, I distinctly remember seeing the movie and it had none of the scenes with the underground secret agency until like halfway through. They also said, I just Googled it because I couldn't believe the first scene had them in it. What is he talking about these guys in the horror movie. They weren't in the first scene in the original movie, fam. Says, I figured I must not have remembered because it seemed inconsequential. But then it happened again a few minutes later with them explaining it. That's something else that was super weird. Like the movie that's out there right now, there really are no plot twists at all in that movie. Because it starts with these guys and they kind of explain the whole movie and the nefarious stuff that they're doing like in the first couple minutes of the movie, which is almost like, why would you keep watching if you know it's going to happen? And you know that these people are the ones that's doing it. Anyone who claims to have seen a version of this movie where the lab and the people behind everything were not seen until halfway through the movie is absolutely correct. Because that's what I'm saying. And I didn't write this. Said, I saw it myself, and the cut of the movie that replaced it is predictable and not as good. I agree wholeheartedly. Super weird, fam. Same. I just watched it with my son to have him experience the huge twist and was so disappointed. The movie was essentially ruined in my eye. Again, somebody else that I agree with. It's from 3 months ago, fam. It's from a year ago. So you got your boy right here again. I think, oh, that's somebody else. Your boy right here from 7 years ago. I don't know. You got a bunch of people in here basically arguing why they feel the movie is good, when in reality the person that originally posted this 7 years ago, they're asking, is there an entirely different version of the movie? Y'all see the difference in that? So this is the original poster right here. You feel me? This person who deleted their account, they say, no, the whole thing is a subversive comedy. It's what makes it so good. They lay out all the tropes and then crap all over, but in a good way. This got 25 likes, upvotes, whatever it's called on Reddit. So the original poster, you feel me? He respond back again 7 years ago. He says, I get why it's good and I liked it a lot. What I don't get is comment chains like this, thread asking for movies with the biggest plot twists, stuff getting upvotes, thousands of upvotes, and hundreds of replies emphasizing how shocked they were when the crazy stuff started happening in the first scene. that's not what happened in the original movie. You know, the crazy stuff didn't happen in the first scene. Um, which is why, in my opinion, um, this person here saw a different movie than what I saw and what this guy saw. And I think he's also trying to explain that he's not asking with this post if the movie was good or not, or if the plot twists were good or not. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a lot of interesting comments in here. Again, y'all gotta forgive me. You feel me? I'm kind of just scrolling through, seeing what's popping up. Now, see, this is a post that he made 7 years ago, but he came back to this 3 months ago. So this person, for some reason, is still like there's still comments being made on this movie, on this post about this movie, rather. This person 2 years ago, they said, when my friends and I first watched this movie years ago, you didn't find out about the SCP, bruh, bruv. This is part of why I'm not a fan of this site, man, because I feel like they make this way more complicated than it need to be. Maybe it's not like this on a different platform, you feel me? But on a desktop, they doing too much. Say, when my friends and I first watched this movie years ago, you didn't find out about the SCP guys until the doc scene. Only just today, when I rewatched this movie, the SCP guys were incorporated into the movie from the beginning. So it seems as though you're right. There are two different versions of this movie. This person 7 years ago, they said, I'll be honest and I accept the downvotes. Like, this part of you can't just have your opinion on whether the movie was good or not, or whatever the case, like, or again, what the original poster is talking about, whether or not there's multiple versions of this movie, because places like this, you'll get uh, your comments will be pushed down if you're not agreeing with the rest of the crowd. Which, stuff like that has always been odd to me. You feel me? But you know, that's the internet. Who am I? You feel me? Here I am on the internet also. They say I accept the downvotes, but I was super underwhelmed by this movie. It was pitched to me as so subversive and clever, but what about it was right? Because again, if what most of the people in this thread are telling you, that they give away all the tropes and the plot twists from the beginning of this movie, and it's all like typical horror movie tropes, and so typical to the point where it's subversive. It's clever. They're making fun of other horror movies with this current version of this movie. That's not a good movie, fam, especially a horror movie with a description like a description like this. You can't be giving away the whole movie. Why would you write a description like this if you give away the whole movie at the beginning of the movie? That's weird to me, fam. This person said, yes, I'm rewatching it, and I swear the twist wasn't given away until the crash bike, which is like middle of the movie, toward the end. They say, I swear I'm watching the cut. I swear the cut I'm watching has more government stuff from the very beginning. I have to do more digging. This sub is obsessed with twists and gave this mine F status, and that it had massive twist. That it had a massive twist. There's also often a desire to fit in here, so the original idea becomes indisputable fact that no one should go against. It's really odd as watching the film, it is totally obvious what is happening. The twist is apparent from the start. It opens with characters from the twist. It has several cutaways to them throughout. Again, these guys. So throughout the movie, they cutting away to these guys having fun, doing all kind of just dumb, weird stuff. You feel me? I don't know. And then again, the ending of it talking about, human sacrifice and that type of stuff. That's not how I remember this movie ending, fam. So, I think back, maybe it's me. Maybe it's some I don't remember. This person here said, "Did you ever get a confirmation on this? Because I'm certain the same thing just happened to me. They definitely didn't show the force field before the motorcycle scene in the version I saw." That's kind of like the midpoint of the current movie that's on the streaming service, where again it's kind of like it's comical. You feel me? It's too comical to even be in a horror movie. It's like some Jason or not even Scream, like scary movie type stuff. That Final Destination, all of those movies were more serious than this after you get to this part in the current version of this movie. It's that bad. So, the original poster just a year ago, they say there's yet to be any evidence of a separate cut existing. But even 6 years on, I still get messages and replies here from people swearing that the first time they saw the film, it was indeed different and free from the built-in spoilers that give the setup away up front. They often mention finding this thread by being so sure there was a different cut that they were Googling to try to prove they weren't crazy. Or that they'd actually started to play the film for a new person and then panicked when it started spoiling itself in the very first scene, and Googling to try to find the original version that wowed them with its twist back in the day. I agree. So yeah, I don't know, fam. I come across things like this and it kind of really throws me off because I thought it was just me bugging, but I couldn't have summed this up any better. Why would somebody post this 7 years ago, fam? And it's a bunch of people, with their opinion in this thread, but several people, they got some of the same questions that I do about this movie. That first person said that the original version of this movie is an hour and 54 minutes. I don't know, man. Just super weird. But yeah, to be honest, I wasn't even planning on making this whole episode about this movie, but I guess this something I might just drop, separate. If you like the content, man, share it with somebody else, man. If y'all know what's going on with this movie, hit me up in the comment section, man. Let me know something, because I thought it was just me bugging. And again, I'm not even a user of this site, but there's some other people on here saying that may not be the case, So let me know if you agree, if you disagree, you feel me? Hit me up in the comments, man. Let's talk about it. Peace, man. I appreciate y'all.